This is a 2018, on an 18 registration, Range Rover Velar R-Dynamic HSE. It is an amazing car. We love these. We think they're really fabulous cars. They sit in between the Evoque and the Range Rover Sport, so they've got that extra bit of room in them. And these cars, this particular one as well, rides on air suspension, so they have that extra big Range Rover comfort. This particular car, 28,500 miles, 2 owners from new, a full Land Rover main dealer service history, and it's due a service now, and we will have this car serviced before it leaves us by Land Rover. So let's talk about this car more specifically. This is a P380. So it's the 3-litre V6 supercharged petrol engine. It's a really rare car. There aren't that many for sale with this engine. Not many people ordered this big petrol engine, but it is a super fast, really, really powerful V6 supercharged engine, the same engine that Jaguar Land Rover put in the F-Type S, and it really gets this car moving. It's a fabulous sounding engine as well. It's finished beautifully in Corris grey. The car has a mixture of a black pack and some of these copper accents, which I will show you as we go round. They're really smart. They really break up the colourway on the car. And we'll go from sort of the front end backwards and run you through all the options, all the nice bits. This car's loaded with options. So if we start at the front end, we'll start in this corner here because it's probably the best place to start. You'll see that we've got these amazing matrix LED headlights. They're adaptive, so you've got these daytime running lights and these wonderful adaptive headlights. They're fabulous at night, really, really bright lights. And then this is the part of the sort of the extra little copper accents pack that this car has got. So you've got the black pack here, which you can see with this lower section of the front splitter, the surround on the fog light here, but then you've got these beautiful little copper accents that run on these side sort of flared grills out here. And that also runs up onto the bonnet, as you can see there, and on those side fender grills as well, which really looks very, very smart. And then if I bring you back to the front end, you're going to have a look at some of the nice options this car's got. So this little elliptical black disc here, that is the adaptive radar cruise control, which this car has got, which is a really nice option. And then this little camera on the nose of the grille here, that's the front camera, and that is part of the 360 surround camera parking system that this vehicle has got. So you've got the top view. You can select all of the cameras around the car. It's got them on the mirrors as well. So amazing options just to get going at the beginning of the car. So the visuals for this is amazing. And I think a Velar for me can look really different dependent on how you option things. And one of the main things I look at when I look at a Velar, especially when we look for one to buy, is the wheels. This car has got the big 22-inch wheels, which for me make an enormous difference as to the way that this car sits, and the way it sits static and when it's moving on the road. It makes a big, big difference. Beautifully finished. It's a really sort of multi-spoke wheel, loads of spokes on it, with this sort of matte grey finish on the inside and then the high polish sort of diamond cut through the face of the wheel. Looks really, really smart. A mega wheel, I think, as I say, cannot emphasise enough how much difference I think that they make to the visuals of this car. As we saw before, the copper pack running through the tops of the side fenders here, and then obviously the black pack running through the mirrors, A-pillars. The whole roof is black, and then this car's got really nice extended roof rails as well, also finished in a lovely gloss back. Now, I'm going to show you the inside of the car, and if you come around and have a look, you'll see why I think this colour scheme is so special, why I think it's so nice. It is a two-tone colour scheme, but the majority of the leather is this beautiful ivory Windsor leather. It's perforated on the front seats because obviously they're cooled and ventilated. And I think that makes a big, big difference in one of these cars, you know. Really opens up the interior, makes it feel bigger than it is, obviously, because you've got this bright interior. It's not all dark inside. And the beautiful piano black wood. And then again, if you can come round and get past the door, you see what I mean when I said at the beginning why this car sits between the Evoque and the Sport. You see how much room there is in the back of these cars. Very comfortably fitting, you know, 5 adults in this car, I would say. And then above you can see you've got that amazing full glass panoramic roof. And we'll move round to the back of the car, and the theme continues here. But being the P380, I know they all have this big wing, but it's quite an aggressive looking back end. You've got these amazing big exhaust tailpipe finishes here. You don't get that on a standard diesel Velar, so which is very, very nice. It gives you an idea of what it is. And obviously here you've got your P380 HSE badge. Quite an unusual thing, very rare to pass another one with that. And then the black pack continues. This is all Land Rover's current theme at the moment. These beautiful sweeping lights that go all the way through what is almost a central bar through here that they've managed to put the Range Rover logo on, and then out the other side. It's a really, really pretty car. And these cars are, to be perfectly honest, they're a few years old now, but they've aged so beautifully. They still look contemporary. They still look as sort of iconic as they were when they came out. They got everyone's heads turning when they came out with their looks, and I think they still do that today. Obviously, you've got your big parcel shelf, power tailgate, as with any Range Rover. You know, it's a luxury SUV. Again, a rare option here. We've got a spare wheel in this one. This one's got a space-saving spare wheel, all your toolkits and everything in there. It doesn't look like it's ever been used, but a nice thing to have. Most modern cars now come with an inflation kit. So quite a nice, unusual thing to have, especially in a big car like this. Quite nice to be able to get home. I'll bring the boot down for you there, and you've got the reverse camera on the back of the boot there that you can see. Privacy glass to all of the rear windows, the rear quarter windows, and this exact rear glass in the back of the car there. A really nice option, factory privacy glass. And sorry, that's the wrong door. We're going to go into the front. And I'm going to jump in and show you around some of the interior items in this car. Being a Range Rover, with all of its options that it's got, this car's got some above and beyond. So we're going to need to run you through all of those. Quickly just showing you on the door mirror here, the car has blind spot monitoring. Again, a nice option, above and beyond it being a HSE. Everything you'd imagine for a Range Rover as you get into one of these. Obviously super luxury, but you've got electric windows, obviously, folding mirrors, memory seats for the driver, memory seats for the passenger, so you've got 3 settings for that. And then down here you can see, because it's an HSE, it comes with the big Meridian surround sound stereo with these incredibly, delicate and beautiful milled out aluminium speaker grills. In here, the ivory leather, it's just pure luxury. It is amazing in here. It's a really, really wonderful place to be. And I'll just start it up and you can hear that V6. A really great sounding engine. Not quite as raspy and loud as it is in an F-Type for obvious purposes. This is still a luxury car. It's not a big sports car, but it still has all that power. And if I clear some of these messages, you can start to have a look at the virtual cockpit that's in front of me. You've got this big dashboard in front of me. This is all electronic. It's set at the moment in single display, so as you can see there, so with the rev counter in the middle, you can have that set with a full map, or you can have it set with 2 dials, very adjustable. If you can have a look in front of me, this car has also got a heads-up display. The camera has just picked up that beautifully, which is good news. Sometimes it doesn't. A lovely cost option as well. And then up here, you've obviously got your big full glass panoramic roof with its electric blind. An amazing thing to do, and to put the blind back and to have, because obviously it really brings a lot of light into the interior on those duller, darker days. It really brightens up the interior, makes it feel more spacious in here. And being a HSE as well, it's got some other nice options. I don't know if the camera again can see it, but if you see past me, it's got the luxury headrests. These are so soft, super soft, cushiony leather, and it's got like an aeroplane style, first class style system where you can adjust those headrests in and out to hold your head still on the road, which is lovely. And a nice, very rare option, this car's got coming home controls. So you've got 3 settings here for your garage doors or your gates. They can all be programmed into your particular system. So you can come home, that one will do your gates, that one will do your garage doors, so on and so forth. Really nice option, quite a rare one, not on many cars, not many people option that, but a really handy one. And then it'll come to the controls here. Multifunction steering wheel, beautifully perforated stitching, I beg your pardon, perforated leather to the inside of the steering wheel here, smooth black leather to the outside of the steering wheel, looks beautiful. Heated steering wheel, another nice option that lots of cars miss out. And then your controls for your adaptive cruise control, your lane keep assist, that's all there. All your Bluetooth, voice activation, telephone functions and radio functions, that's controlled on the left side. And being that P380, you've definitely need to have these gear shift paddles here, because that sporty engine, you're going to want to use the gearbox. Normal systems for a Velar here, for those of you that are sort of up to speed with Velars, but this car, when you go to the seats control, has massage seats. A really lovely thing to have, so when you turn that on, you can adjust the type of massage you have from wave all the way down to your lower back, different sections of your back. It's really brilliant. and that's for both of the front seats. Switch it off. That's for both of the front seats here. Obviously they're heated. You've also got ventilated seats in this car. So if I turn the cooler to the left, you'll see that the fans will start in these seats and you'll get nice air-conditioned air come through the holes in the seats for you on those hot summer days. Again, a really nice option. All of the normal things that you would imagine here, all your drive controls, your air suspension, which you can adjust here, and all your drive modes. You've got a dynamic mode here, which on most cars I would say is not necessary, but on this one with this engine and this air suspension, I would definitely say it's a nice thing to have when you're driving on those, you know, more windy roads. And then if we go back to the system up here, everything you'd imagine up here. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, in-control apps, everything that you would ever want up here. Obviously you've got all your normal Bluetooth functionality, your normal navigation. I personally much prefer the Apple CarPlay system when you plug in. And then I'll go to the cameras. Obviously, as I said at the beginning, 360 surround cameras. You've got this camera here blocked out because the door's open, but if we shut that door, it'll fill it in, and then you've got all the camera systems there. And you can adjust and go to each camera if you want to go to the back one, the front one. I mean, it's just brilliant. The technology is everywhere on these cars. So that's about it for the interior. What I'll do is I'll switch it off. I'll jump out and I'll just quickly summarize the car for you. So as I said at the beginning, an amazing looking Velar for me, and as I said, how important the visuals are with these cars and how they're specified makes a big difference to how they look on the road for me. 28,500 miles, 2 owners from new. A beautiful example, will come with a fresh Land Rover service. It already has a full Land Rover main dealer service history. And it is a wonderful opportunity for someone to have an extremely well looked after, extremely nice Range Rover Velar. So my name is Matthew. I hope the video has helped, and thank you very much for watching.